Intensive therapy for OCD is powerful, but getting to a clinic can be a major barrier. But what if the ideal treatment setting is the very place OCD is strongest, your own home? This is a strategic shift, taking the fight directly to the disorder's home turf. This model removes barriers, boosts privacy, and integrates treatment into daily life. Ahead, we'll break down the 5 key reasons at-home OCD treatment is so effective. So, what is the first, most immediate advantage? Demolishing the walls that block access to care. Think of it. No commute, no geographic limits for rural patients, no mobility challenges. Specialized OCD care becomes available to anyone with internet. The model fits your life. Evening sessions mean you don't have to sacrifice your education for treatment. The savings are significant. You eliminate costs for gas, parking, and potential time off work. And being in a familiar space reduces the anxiety of walking into a clinic, fostering deeper honesty. So, at-home programs make therapy easier to attend and create an environment where patients are ready for the hard work. But accessibility is just the beginning. In a moment, you'll see how being at home fundamentally changes the therapy's power. Here is the main point. OCD is a disorder of environment. Your triggers and fears are most powerful right where you live. At-home IOP lets a therapist guide exposure and response prevention with your actual triggers in real time, bridging the gap between theory and reality. This leads to better generalization. Because you learn skills in your daily life, the transfer is immediate and more durable. This real-world integration is strengthened by telehealth platforms that offer app-based tools and messaging for support between sessions. So what does this look like in practice? Let's consider a few real-world examples. For someone with contamination fears, a therapist can guide them through making a meal in their own kitchen, an exposure impossible in an office. For checking compulsions, a therapist can be on video as they lock their front door and walk away, building confidence at the source of the fear. Here's a huge benefit. Family involvement becomes simpler. A therapist can coach a spouse on how to stop accommodating rituals. And for some, the clinical environment is a source of anxiety. At-home treatment removes this stress, keeping the focus on the OCD. So, to answer our question from before, at-home therapy is more powerful because it isn't a simulation. It's real treatment for a real disorder. This all sounds good in theory, but does the data back it up? Is this approach truly as effective as in-person care? The answer from multiple studies is yes. Telehealth IOP for OCD is comparable to in-person treatment. This isn't just for mild cases. Research confirms its effectiveness across the full spectrum of OCD severity. In fact, some evidence suggests it might be more efficient, achieving results in less total therapist time. What about accountability? Virtual IOPs replicate clinical structure with a firm schedule of individual and group sessions. Let's pull all these threads together. We've seen the practical benefits and the clinical power. What happens when they are combined? The accessibility of at-home care makes consistent therapy possible. This consistency then fuels the power of real-world exposures, creating a positive feedback loop. And recall the benefits of comfort and family integration. When combined, they can transform the home from a place of triggers to one of active recovery. This is the ultimate advantage. At-home IOP restructures the very ecosystem where OCD lives, fulfilling our hook's promise, turning its home turf into its place of defeat. So, at-home intensive outpatient treatment for OCD is a strategically superior model for many people, being more direct, integrated, and empowering. It combines proven clinical effectiveness with unmatched accessibility, deep personalization, and the ability to turn the home into an engine for recovery. It represents a move toward meeting people where they are, giving them the tools to reclaim their lives within their own home. If you or a loved one is struggling with OCD, consider accredited virtual IOPs. Speak with a mental health professional to find the right path for you.